All right, it's Friday, which means we are joined by Colorado's best attorney. I'm standing next to Phil Harding. Thank you so much for joining us in this sponsored segment. When you've been in a car accident, it's really tough to know what steps to take first. That's why you need the right people on your side. Today we're talking about just that and mistakes, common mistakes that a lot of people unfortunately fall into when this sort of stuff happens. Tell us more about this.
All right, so there is the law, right? Man-written laws, and then there's common sense, and a lot of times they don't meet. And I hate to break that to people, but you may think you're doing the right thing after a personal injury case, but you're really killing your case. And so let's kind of go through the other side.
Sure, yeah.
All right, so when you're hurt, like in a car accident or on the property of the other, there's insurance, and there's insurance on the other side. And they call you up afterwards, and they say, and let's just take an example. Let's say it's your best friend from high school that's now the adjuster, and they go, hey, tell you what, how are you doing? What do you know, how are things going? I want to settle a case, and I'm supposed to offer you in between $5,000 and $25,000. Let's not even play the game. I'm just going to give you $25,000, right? The insurance company never does that, and here's the reason why they don't. Because the bad guy, you know, that either ran into you or the property that you're hurt, their premiums in the future are set by how much they pay out on this claim. So if they paid you $5,000, the bad guy's insurance rates only go up this much.
Right.
If they gave you the full $25,000 to cut at the start,
sure,
now their premiums go up that much. Now the bad guy has a lawsuit that he could bring against his insurance company for overpaying it. So that's why I tell you, don't believe the other side.
Yeah, insurance companies, they're not your friend, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're kind of pulling here.
Yeah, right. The other guy's insurance company has two jobs. Remember that. Number one, protecting the person that ran into you, and number two, making money for their company.
Yeah.
And that's it. Also, there's a Colorado law out there that says if you are injured, and the definition of injury is you've seen any doctor, it is illegal under Colorado law for them to take a statement within 15 days. Here's the reason why. After an accident, like the day after, and I'm going to tell you, the other side calls you all the time, and they violate this law all the time. And if the other side was good guys, don't you think they should follow the law?
Yes.
So they call you the day after, and you're like, yeah, my neck and my back hurt. And then you start treating, it goes now into your arms and into your legs. And then when you go to settle, they're like, sorry, you never mentioned the arms and legs.
You just said the neck and the back.
Yeah, we're not paying for that. So let's look at some of the major things that happens, like after a car accident. Okay, and so we probably have a graphic for it. What they do, number one, is they ask you about the accident, right? And they make you guess. So the other side will call you up and say, tell me about the accident. We've accepted liability, which means we're going to pay for everything. Just tell me. And you go, well, what do you want to know? And you say, well, they rear-ended me. The other side would say, how fast were they going? And you're like, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles an hour. Cars have black boxes. We've talked about this before, right?
Yes,
EDRs, event data recorders, they pull the EDR, they find out they're only going 15, so now they're like, I'm sorry, you exaggerate. I'm going to pay you less.
So never give specifics.
Don't even, why would
don't
you
even call.
Yeah,
don't pick up the phone.
Yeah,
right.
Just if you have insurance, let them talk to your insurance company.
Okay.
Let them run interference for you. They also ask about your injuries, and we just went over that scenario. And then last, they trick you. And the way that they trick you is they say, I want you to send medical bills because we're going to pay them. Now, here's the truth. The other side writes one check and only one check at the very end. So if you send them the medical bills, you think they're getting paid. They're not. So now they're going on your credit report.
Oh my
and
gosh.
if you have health insurance, you have to submit medical bills within a certain amount of time, right? Like 3 months. And if you don't, they don't get paid. Let me tell you why the other side wants to see your these billings. So if we have one, let's look at this. A lot of people call it an EOB, explanation of benefits. This is a real one. So my client was treated at Swedish. They were billed $29,000. Their insurance came in and said, no, normal and customary, we reduce it by $20,000. So the amount covered by the plan is $8,500. If you sent this bill to the other side, now they go, okay, $8,500 was paid by the plan. We're going to pay you $8,500. Here's some fancy attorney words. It's called the collateral source doctrine. And what it says is if a collateral source reduces the bill, the other side doesn't get to reduce it. And here's the reason why. You've paid for the health insurance premiums, right? Not the person that ran into you. So when you send them this bill, if you send them a bill, and you shouldn't, you cover up everything over here. You get to collect the full $29,000, and maybe you have to pay back $8,500 on this one case alone, this one billing. You've lost out on $21,000.
It's amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, Phil, you're a wealth of knowledge.
Yep.
And if you find yourself in a predicament like this, you just have to call an attorney, right? Phil Harding is here for you. We're going to give you
talk to
guys some
someone.
more information right here. To reach Harding and Associates directly, just give them a call. That number's on your screen, 303-762-9500. And you can get a free consultation at any time. You can find Phil online at hlaw.com. We want to say thank you again to Phil for coming on in here, for describing this all to us, and of course, for sponsoring this segment. We'll
You're
be right
welcome.
back.